Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session. And as for today's class, we will talk about in TASMO what we need to do, and we will review some common mistakes that we usually make, and we will also talk about for the exam what we need to pay attention to. For example, what should we prepare before the exam, and during the exam, what should we do? And also after the exam, what is our schedule, for example, for the reward ceremony. Okay, there's 2 more minutes before the live stream, so make sure you prepare your pencil and eraser, also a white paper. That will be fine. Because today, all the questions, nearly all the questions you have done already, so we just see it as a regular review. It will be fine, okay? Hello, everyone. 1 minute before the class. Prepare a pencil and a blank paper, also an eraser. That will be fine, okay? Today we will go through all the topics that you will meet in the TASMO. Yes, if you want to go toilet, you can go right now. Okay, it is 4 p.m. already, so everyone, let's get started. Firstly, it is still Teacher Jane that will go through the questions today. And for today's session, because it is the last session before we before the real TASMO test. So we can see today we call it as the final pre-exam lecture. And during the whole class, we will talk about your common mistakes. For example, as for the word problem, the logical reasoning, the counting 2D, 3D shapes, also number puzzles and something. Okay. And also, Teacher Jane will give you some exam tips. For example, during the exam, what should you pay attention to? And then, as for your math side, how should I prepare for my exam? Oh, Teacher Jane, I'm a little bit stressed out because I'm very nervous for the test. It's okay. Okay, so during the whole live stream today, we will just go through all of these topics. First part, we will talk about the common mistakes that you usually make, and then we will talk about the tips for your exam and how should you prepare for the exam, okay? So, everyone, firstly, let's warm up a little bit. Which number is missing? Choose A or B, okay? Type in your chat box. The first one, what minus 5 give us 7? 3, 2, 1. Okay, 12, right? Good job. So we can see when we are doing the minus, be careful. And then how about this one? 3, 2, 1. That will be 9. Good job. Faster, faster. And then how about this one? A or B? Yes, good job. That will be 16, right? And then how about this one? 1 minus 3 equals 9. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that will be B. And then this time, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that will be 14. And then this time, let's see. This question is already very familiar, right? You must done it before because it was in one of the sample paper. Okay, so everyone, let's see. The first part that we'll talk about is about the calculation. You see the title on the top. The first part, we will talk about calculation. Today, we'll go through 3 main parts altogether. The first part is about the calculation, and then we will talk about the geometry, that is about the 2D and 3D shapes. And then the third part, we will talk about the logical reasoning. So as for the first part, about calculation, during the whole exam, you will have some question about the calculation, and most of them are in the first question or the second question. It is quite in the beginning of the exam. For example, we usually see some questions like 3 plus 4 plus 17 plus 18 plus something, a lot of numbers plus together, right? So when we are doing the plus, we just find the best friend pairs, like 2 plus 8 equals 10, 3 plus 7 equals 10. That will help us a lot to find the 10 that will help us to solve the question easier, right? And then as for this kind of question, this one we call it as the number puzzle, because when you are doing the question, sometimes it's quite easy to get wrong, right? So you can see what number is hidden behind the fish. So you can see here, the same picture means the same number in the question, right? So everyone, let's try this one. We can see some number minus 6 equals 7. So everyone, let's see. What number minus 6 equals 7? 13, right? But is it possible that we put 13 here? No, because we know that as for each digit, there can only be one number, right? So we can see this must be 3. But where can we get the 10 from? We just use 13, right? So there must be a borrowing that happens. So we can see this must be 8. So this time we can see 8 minus something equals 5. So we can double check the answer missing must be 3. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. And then everyone, we can see when we are doing the question, we always start thinking from the ones digit, right? Then let's try this one. In the following vertical number puzzle, all the different letters stand for different digits. Find the 2 digits sum PI. Okay, everyone, this time I'll give you 1 minute to try it by yourself first. Then we will talk about it together. Okay, find a blank paper. Do not see your previous sample paper, okay? You already know the answer. You cannot remember it. Don't remember it. Try your best. Do it by yourself. After you get the answer, you can type in your chat box, okay? I saw some of your answers. Okay, everyone, let's take a look. My first question is, should we start thinking from the ones digit or tens digit? There are two digits, right? Should we start thinking from the ones digit or the tens digit? Ones or tens? You can type O for one, T for tens. Okay, everyone, let's try it. So we can see the same number means same letter means same number, different letter means different number, right? So we can see this time, because when we are doing the calculation, we always start from the ones digit. So this time, let's try. S plus S plus S plus S equals I. That means four numbers plus together, we get a number I, right? So let's try it together. Okay, everyone. Let's see. How about S is 1? Let's see what's gonna happen. 1, 1, 1, 1. And then I should be how many? I should be 4, right? Okay, and then don't forget that same letter means same number, right? So on the tens place, that means 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals P. So P should be 12. Is it okay, everyone? Am I correct? Yes or no? Cannot, right? Because we can see P can be only one number here. So there must be something different. Okay, then everyone, let's see. Just now we say I is too big, right? How about we just let the S be 0? 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals I. Is it okay? Cannot, because you can see different letters means different digit. But if the S is 0, that means I also 0, right? This one cannot. So this time, let's try it another way. How about S? We let it become 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals I. So I should be how many? 8. And then we can see this time, oh, what's gonna happen? So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 becomes B. Oh my god, this time even bigger. What will happen? Okay, everyone, seems cannot. So this time, let's try it another way. How about S becomes 3? 3, 3, 3, 3. This time we have carry over. So the I become 12, right? But we can never write down 12 at the same digit. So we just label the carryover on the top. Then I should be 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. So the P should be how many? 9, right? So we can see PI means 92. So when we are solving the number puzzle, we just start thinking from the ones digit and think about, is there any carryover or borrowing? That will be fine. Okay? Then everyone, this time let's try something new. This one is not on your sample paper. Let's try it. Fill in the blanks to complete the number puzzle below. So we can see 1 plus 9, a one-digit number plus a two-digit number becomes a three-digit number. Everyone, I give you 1 minute to, and then you tell me what is the number here at the bottom. Okay, somebody already get the answer. Okay, everyone, have you ever heard about the biggest carryover? What is the biggest carryover that may happen? Is it 2, 3? For example, let's see, the biggest one digit plus the biggest one digit is 9 plus 9, right? And then it is 18. So the biggest carryover is just 1. Is it possible that we get 2? Cannot, right? So everyone, you can see here, a 1-digit number plus a 2-digit number give us a 3-digit number. So this one is quite special. There are so many unknown values, but no worries, everyone. Let's try the golden triangle method. Because we can see 1-digit plus 2-digit give us 3-digit. So that means there must be carryover, right? And then this one is just come from the carryover. Can you tell me what is the biggest carryover? Yeah, the naughty one, right? There's only one possible number for the carryover. So everyone, we can see this must be 1. And then when we see the golden triangle, the 3 digits are always 1, 0, and 9. Let's see why. Okay, everyone, you see, just now we see on the top, this is a 1-digit number, right? It plus a 2-digit number then becomes 100 and something. Is it possible that teacher Jane put 2 here? Yes or no? Type in your chat box. Y or N? Yes or no? Cannot, right? Never. Because you can see 1 plus 29 is 30, right? How comes it will become 100? So actually, the only one possible number here should be 9. If you can understand this, give me a big thumbs up. Okay, so this becomes 1 plus 99 give us 100. So every time you see the golden triangle that is 1 digit plus 2 digit equals 3 digit, then the 3 digits in the triangle are always 1, 0, and 9. Okay, then let's try some questions together. How about this one? This time, if we change the position of it, everyone, you see? It's still the same, right, everyone? You see, just now, we use 1 digit plus 2 digit, but this time we use 2 digit plus 1 digit. It's still the same. This time, we see still 1, 0, and this should be 9, right? We just change the position of that. Still the same. Okay, so this time, everyone, try to fill in the blanks and then find the missing number. Then later type your answer in the chat box, okay? What is the number here? Think about what is the biggest carryover. Okay, this time still golden triangle, right? Yes, good job. Yeah, everyone, you can see this time still 2 digit plus 1 digit equals 3 digit. This will happen? Is it possible that this number is 2? Yes or no? Cannot, right? Because we can see the biggest carryover can only be 1. Even if this is 9, we can never get the 2 at the hundredth place this time, right? Okay, so we can see this must be 1 and this must be 0 and this number must be 9. Okay, so this time let's take a look. What is the number in the last missing blank? Something minus 5 equals 3. Is it really 3? No, it should be 13, right? But we have a carryover on the top. So this make it become 100 and something. Yeah, so we can see the missing number here should be 8. So 8 plus 5 equals 13 minus plus label the carryover 1 on the top. And then 1 plus 9 equals 10, right? So this time we can get 103. Okay, so everyone. This time, let's take a look at this question. This one is still a question in our sample paper, but can you tell me, can we use the golden triangle to help us? Yes or no? Is it like 2 digit plus 3 digit equals 4 digit? Yes or no? Yeah, the biggest carryover is 1, right? Okay, everyone, actually this time cannot use the golden triangle because you can see, we can see 3 digit plus 3 digit equals 4 digit, but this time is it like this? 2 digit plus 3 digits equals 4 digits, so this time we can put 9 here. No, this is not the same, right? But we can still notice that some number is super easy to calculate. That is this one. Can you tell me what is C for? Type in your chat box. C can be only one number. What is this number? Yeah, the only possible number for C should be 1, right? Because just now we say the biggest carryover is 1. So 3-digit plus 3-digit, the biggest carryover can only be 1 here, right? So we already know C is 1. Then this time, we just do it as usual. And here we can see something is so special. You see, D plus D equals D. That means the number plus the number equals the number itself. What is the number here? That must be 0, right? Because 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4. The number can never be itself except for the 0, right? So this time we can see D must be 0. Okay, and then we can try A plus B equals 1. Is it possible? Different letters equals different digits. So actually this time A plus B must be 11, right? Okay, so everyone, you can see we already know A plus B equals 11. Then we can see we also know A plus B. See here, A plus B plus the carryover 1 equals 1B. Then this B must be 2, right? Okay, so everyone, we can see we already know B is 2. Then I see A should be what? What plus 2 equals 11? Yeah, that will be 9. So the answer here should be A is 9, B is 2, C is 1, D is 0. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. We always start thinking from the special part. For example, the biggest carryover can only be 1. The number plus the number itself equals the number itself. The number must be 0, right? So here we got a lot of tips. So let's review our key points here. The first key thing is that we always start calculating from the ones place, right? And then when we are doing the question, there are some special parts. For example, if the number get even smaller after addition, for example, some number plus 9 equals 1, then there must be a carryover that happened, right? Or also you can see, okay, this is borrowing. If the number gets smaller after subtraction, get bigger, even bigger than itself after subtraction, there must be a borrowing, right? And then carryover is always 1, can never be 2, okay? Just remember the naughty 1. Okay, just now we talk about the calculation. So everyone label the calculation on your booklet. You can review calculation, okay? And after you come back home, must review your times table, must be very familiar with the times table already, okay? And also do the calculation book every day. Then we can see, this time we will talk about 2D and 3D shapes. We can see what questions we have already talked about. For example, this question, which of the following figures cannot be obtained? When you are doing the question, always circle or underline the keyword, okay? Cannot be obtained after rotating the figure on the right. This one we already talked about during the class, right? This one, the answer should be B. You can just observe the special part. For example, in this question, the black part, and then compare with each figure, then observe the relationship with the other special part. That will be fine. Okay, and if you still cannot imagine, you can also rotate your booklet. You can also rotate your paper to help you. Okay, so this is the first type of question that is about the rotation. Okay, and everyone, do you still remember there are 2 types of rotation? One is clockwise. Everyone show me with the arms. How does the clockwise look like? Is it like this or like this? Okay, good job. Then how about the counterclockwise? It is from up to the left, to the bottom, to the right, and then rotate, right? Okay, be very familiar about these two kind of rotation, huh? Then this time, let's try the question. Kevin the kangaroo put a picture on the table. He rotates the picture in a clockwise, underline the keyword, direction, turning it about its right edge as shown above. What will the card look like after turning the card in the same direction 2 times? This one is not on your paper. Maybe you haven't seen this before. Let's just try it. Look at the screen and then you can try to draw it on your paper, okay? Everyone, I give you 1 minute. Okay, good job. A lot of you got it correct. The answer should be C. This time, let's see what we should do. Okay, sorry. Okay, we can see this time we need to turn it 2 times, right? And clockwise, it just looks like this. So everyone, you can see, after we do 1 turn, there are 3 figures, right? It's quite hard to observe, but no worries, we can see one by one. Firstly, we can take a look at the circle. Okay, after rotation, the circle will come here, right? And then we can also observe that here is a triangle pointing to this circle, right? And after rotation, it is also pointing to this circle. And then the other one, the straight line is towards the circle. So after rotation, we can see it looks like this. Then we turn it again. We can also set a special shape as the target, and we can see after the circle rotate, it will come to here, right? And then we can also see here is a triangle pointing to the circle. After rotation, it will be look like this. And then there's another triangle on the top of it, and the border line is towards the circle, right? So we can see the answer should be C. Good job. So you can also see when we are doing the rotation, sometimes you can draw it out to help you. Okay, then everyone, let's review the key points. Here, just now we talked about the rotation. This time, we will see sometimes we need to count the 2D shapes, count the 3D shapes, especially like the cubes, right? So we can see this type of question you already see a lot of times. As shown in the figure below, there are a total of how many squares? We just count. For example, as for the one small single square, there are how many? The medium size, we got how many? The big size, we get how many? And then do the plus, it will be fine, right? So we can see the answer to this question should be D. And then we can also see sometimes we need to count the triangles. This one is also a paper on also a question on your paper. You can also try it again, okay? Everyone, don't see your paper, okay? I know you already done it. You need to label the steps. For example, how many triangles? 3 parts, 4 parts. And then how about we combine the whole thing? How many triangles are there? I give you 1 minute. Okay, everyone, let's see together. If we see only one part, there are 4 different triangles. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? These 4 parts. And then if we combine 2 parts together, we can get 4, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, right? And then if we combine 3 parts together, we can get 2. Okay, you see 1, 2. These 2, right? And then there are 10 altogether. Okay, so everyone, you see a lot of you still get it wrong. What you need to do is just to list and then count one by one and do the plus, okay? So everyone, always be careful. Then this time, everyone, let's see this question. Jennifer formed the following solid using several cubes. She then pasted the solid onto the ground and painted the entire solid pink. How many faces of the cubes were not painted? So when we are solving this kind of question, you need to be very familiar with how the cubes are combined, right? Okay, so this question, I can directly tell you the answer is B. And for counting cubes, sometimes we will have more special questions. For example, everyone, you can see this one. Solve this question and then type your answer in the chat box. Okay, I still see some wrong answers. Be careful, guys. Read the question, please. How many cubes? Or how many hidden cubes? Yeah, exactly, everyone. This time I didn't help you read the question, right? But you need to read it by yourself. In the real test, there may be some questions that give you some traps, right? So you can see how many hidden cubes are there in the figure below. So we learned already when we want to find the hidden cubes, we just use the total minus the visible ones. For example, in this cube, we can see 1, 2, 2, and then 3. In total, how many cubes are there? 12, right? But is there the real final answer? Yes or no? No. We need to find the hidden cubes. So we need to figure out how many cubes we can see. Then you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can see 9. That means how many we cannot see? 3, right? Okay, so this is the answer. Then everyone do the second one. What is your answer to the second one? Okay, everyone, let's count together. Be careful. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So in total, how many cubes are there? 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. And then 3 plus 2 equals 7. 7 plus 3 equals 10, right? In total, there are 10. And how many we can see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can see 6. That means how many cannot see? 4, right? Okay, everyone. still a lot of wrong answers. Be careful. This is super important, right? Counting cubes. No matter in school or in the Math Olympiad, this is a super important topic. Okay, everyone, this time already 30 minutes has passed, right? So let's chill a little bit. Which one you want to choose? Cat or dog? Choose one. Remember your answer, huh? Later we will have some games together. Okay, somebody choose dog. Somebody choose cat. Okay, cat, dog, cat. Okay, remember your answer, huh? I'm gonna tell you what you will do. Okay, somebody who choose cat, squat 2 times. Stand up. Stand up and then squat 2 times. And then just now, who chose dog? Type 1 in your chat box. Okay, let me see, huh? Who chose dog? Okay. Deep breath 10 seconds. I will count down 10 seconds, okay? Cannot breathe, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, fine. You can breathe now. Okay, just joking. Okay, so everyone, this time let's come back. Just now we talk about the calculation and also the 2D, 3D shapes. What are the most common topics in the Math Olympiad? For the calculation, we always talk about the tips and tricks in calculation. For example, how can we calculate faster? How can we find the good friend pairs? How can we cancel the same little tail like 14 minus 4, 13 minus 3 to help us get 10, right? And also we talk about how can we like solve the problems about geometry, that is about the 2D, 3D shapes, like counting the 2D, 3D shapes. When we are counting, we always count in order, right? And also we talk about the rotation. Clockwise, counterclockwise, which one is the odd one out? These are the most common topics. And then this time, everyone, let's move on. Teacher Jane leave the most of time for the logical reasoning. Okay, so everyone, I give you 1 minute first to think about this question. After that, you can type your answer in the chat box, okay? From the left to the right. Who are they? This one not on your book, not on your paper. You just look at the screen, will be fine. Okay, seems like somebody already got the answer. Okay, let's see whether your answer is correct, huh? Firstly, everyone, just now we were doing comparison, right? In logical reasoning, this is the first type of question, comparison. Everyone, do you know how to spell comparison? Take down your note, okay? Find a blank paper, compare. Compare. P-A-R-E. When we are doing the comparison, we always use the magic arrow to help us. Okay, everyone, let's see. When we are doing comparison, we always use magic arrow to help us. Everyone, note down on your book or your final paper, that will be fine, okay? When we are doing comparison, we can use magic arrow to help us. It looks like this. Firstly, we just draw an arrow and then label start from the left side to the right side. What does it mean? For example, from the slowest to the fastest, from the tallest, from the shortest to the tallest, from the lightest to the heaviest, like this. Okay, when we are doing comparison, we can always use the magic arrow. Quickly, this is super important. Take down a note. When we are doing comparison, we just use magic arrow. Okay, then everyone, let's label according to the picture one by one. According to the first picture, we know that who is faster, B or C? C is faster than B, right? Okay, so we can see when we are labeling, we just label C is here, B is here. After finish, we tick it. Then the second one, it tells us A is faster than D. Do we know where is A on the diagram? Don't know. Do we know where is D on the diagram? Don't know. But no worries, everyone. If still not sure yet, we can skip it first. Okay, skip it first. But this time, can we tick it? Cannot, because you still haven't finished, right? Then everyone, let's see. The third one, A and B. Do we know the position of A on the arrow? Not sure yet. And do we know what is the position for B? Yeah, we already know where is B, right, on the diagram. And we can see A is slower than B, so A should be here, right? And then after finish, we tick it. Then this time, let's come back to the clue that haven't finished yet. That is the second clue, right? You know, A is faster than D, so D should be on the left side. After finish, we can tick it. So the answer should be D, A, B, C. Congratulations, a lot of you got it correct. So this time we can come back to this game. That will be D. Oh, why cannot? B, A, B, C. Okay, done. Good job. Then, this time, everyone, let's move on. Okay, so we can review our key points here. That is in logical reasoning. When we are doing comparison, we can use magic arrow to help us because there may be a lot of items. If you just compare one by one in your mind, it's super hard to remember all of them, right? So what we need to do is just to use the magic arrow. If your parents is beside, you can also let them to screenshot for you, okay? Screenshot. This one is quite important. You can firstly draw the arrow, or you can also take down the note by yourself. It's okay. You can see you firstly draw the arrow, then decide the direction. For example, which one is slowest, which one is the tallest, and then mark and then compare their relationship. That will be fine, okay? I give you 5 more seconds to remember all of them. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this time, let's move on.
Listen to the clues. Drag the cloth to the correct person.
Okay.
Wonder Boy
Everyone,
and Squarey cannot treat patients. Wonder Boy does not know. Wonder Boy and Squarey cannot treat patients.
Okay, everyone, let me tell you. This one is called as Squarey. This one is called as Eddie. And this one is called as Wonder Boy. Let's see, what is their occupation? This time we're gonna do one-to-one matching, okay? Each one item is matched with one character. Okay, so everyone, this time let's listen to the clue and see what's gonna happen.
Wonder Boy and Squarey cannot treat patients.
Okay, Wonder Boy and Squarey cannot treat patient. So what should we do? Eddie, who will match with the patient? Who can be the doctor? Yeah, that must be Eddie, right?
Yay!
Because we can do the elimination method, if we already know Squarey and Wonder Boy cannot treat the patient, then the only one left here can treat the patient. That must be the doctor, right? Then everyone, let's listen to the second clue.
Wonder Boy does not know how to spray water to put out the fire.
Okay, Wonder Boy does not know how to put out the fire. So who will know how to put out the fire? Is it still Eddie? Cannot, right? Each one of them just match with one. Let's listen again.
Wonder Boy does not know how to spray water to put out the fire.
Okay, Wonder Boy doesn't know how to put out the fire. So that must be Squarey. Good job. Then, what should we do next? Who will be the chef? Who can cook? Yeah, that must be Wonder Boy, right? Congratulations to finish all of them. Then, everyone, this time, let's move on. Just now, we say when we are doing the comparison, we can use magic arrow. But this time, we will talk about how about one by one matching? What can we use? This time, let's try it. For conditional logical problems, that is like, how can we match one by one? We can draw a table. So this is the second tool we will learn today. Everyone, take down the note, write down table. Table is when we're gonna match one by one, okay? Match one by one, then you can use table to help you. Take down the note, super important, okay? Okay, so everyone, let's read the question together. Eddie, Pip, and Bud run into different buildings. Can they run into the same building? Cannot. Please think about these questions according to their conversation. Which building does Eddie run into? How about Pip and Bud? Everyone, this one is Eddie. This one is Pip. This one is Bud. Okay, let's see one by one. Okay, so everyone, we can see. Just now we say magic arrow is a good tool, but can it still be helpful for us for this question? Okay, seems cannot, right? But no worries, everyone. This time we can use table instead. You can try to draw on your book. On the left side, this column, you can label what are the characters. And then on the top, you can label what are we matching with. Okay, if your handwriting is not quick enough, you can just label Eddie, Pip, and Bud, and then label 1, 2, 3, okay? That will be enough. Okay, let's read the clue one by one. Eddie says, I didn't run into building 1. This row is about Eddie, right? So Eddie didn't run into building 1. We can find the column for building 1. That means Eddie didn't run into building 1. You can see here is the point that meet with each other. So we just cross out this one. That means Eddie didn't run into building 1. Okay? And then everyone, let's see. The first clue we already finished, then we can tick it. The second clue says, Pip says, I didn't run into building 2. Let's find the row for Pip. And then find the column for building 2. Okay, so we can see the point that they meet with each other. That means Pip didn't run into building 2. We can cross out here, okay? Then after finish the clue, we can tick it. Then the last clue says, Bud says, I saw Eddie and Pip run into 1 and 3. So can you tell me who ran into the other building? Who ran into building 2? 3 buildings, 3 characters, right? Eddie and Pip ran into 1 and 3. Then who ran into building 2? Tell me. Yeah, that must be Bud, right? Okay, so we call this one as the super powerful tick. Because you can see, everyone, we already know each one of them just ran into 1 building, right? So you can see, if Bud already ran into building 2, is it possible that Bud ran into building 1 and 3? Cannot, right? So we just cross it out. And then we also know building 2 is for Bud. Can Eddie also run into building 2? cannot. So we just use the super powerful tick to help us. The column and the row for this tick, the others are all cross. Then around this time, let's come back to the question. We can see for building 1, only one person left, right? That must be Pip. And after we find the tick, we can use the super powerful tick to help us cross out the others. We can see the others can never be tick anymore, right? So this time we can see we cross it out and add it right into building 3. This is how can we solve the problem. So everyone, we review our key points. That is when we talk about the logical reasoning. When we do comparison, what can we use? Magic arrow. When we match 1 by 1, what can we use? Yes, table. And then we can see here is how can we use the table. That is, you can firstly use elimination to help. That is, cross out the wrong answer first. And for the clues you are still not sure yet, you can just skip it. Okay, then this time everyone, let's review another one. That is, this time it is about the bar model. Okay, so when should we use bar model? That is when we have some different multiple relationship together and you want to visualize them. Okay, so everyone, let's see. Teacher Mingjie has 4 burgers, while Teacher Ding has 2. What is the difference in the number of their burgers? This one's super easy, right? Yeah, we can just label this part is their difference, and we can see on the left side, this is the same part that both of us has. On the right side, this is the difference between us, but we can't always draw the burgers, right? So this time we can just use the bar model. Firstly, write the characters. For example, Teacher Mingjie and Teacher Jing. Then draw the starting line. Then draw the bar. Longer bar for who has more. Shorter bar for who has fewer. Then label the information. If you want to label the sum, just use a big bracket on the right side. If you want to label the difference, you just draw the dotted line. And then on the top, you label the difference between us. That will be fine. Okay, everyone, I'll give you 5 seconds if you need a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, firstly, we will move on. Later, you can also let your parent to see the playback, also can, okay? Then we can see this time, let's see, can you draw models? Which one you want to choose, A or B? Cat and dogs are eating apples. Cat is 3 more than dog. Yes. Oh, as cat is more, we draw a longer bar, right? Then how about this one? There is a blue ribbon and a red ribbon. The blue one is 5 centimeters longer than the red one. A or B? Okay, B, because blue one is longer, right? Okay, then how about this one? Teacher counted the number of students in the class and found that there are 48 boys and girls. A or B? Yes, B, because 48 this time is about the sum of them, right? Okay, so this time when you are seeing this kind of question, you are not feeling it hard anymore. For example, Robin has 29. Robin receives 12 from his brother. They will have the same. Okay, then we can see we just draw the bar model, write the character, draw the starting line, longer bar for more, shorter bar for fewer, and then just label. Okay, that will be fine. Okay, so we can see because this time Robin has, the brother has more, right? Robin has 29. If I receive 12, then they will have the same. And we say that we keep half of the difference. So we can see that will be the difference between them is 24. This time, no need of the sum, right? Okay, so we can see brother just have 24, their difference, plus Robin get how many? That will be the answer. And then sometimes you can also see class A has 47 more than B. And how many do we need to move so that we still have 9 more? This kind of question, we can also use the bar model, right? Also, for example, as for this one, Cynthia is 5 years old. She has 2 cousins, and their age is 2 times like what, and we also know their total. This time we can also use the bar model, right? These questions are you have already done before, so it's just like this. Okay, and then everyone, let's review. The first step, we can write the characters, and then the second step, draw the starting line. Third step, longer bar for more, shorter bar for fewer. Label the information. This is about the bar model. Okay, so we learned 3 types of question. First one, when we are doing comparison, what you should do? Magic arrow, right? And then when you want to match one by one, what you should do? Table. And then if sometimes there are many complex relationships like sum, difference, and multiple, what should we use? Bar model. Okay, good job. Here are the 3 most common tools that you need to use during the test, okay? And then this time, everyone, we can also see there are also some common question that is about the matchsticks. So you can see, as for each number, you need to be very familiar. For example, if I tell you, oh, can you think of any number that is made of 5 sticks? Then you can tell me 2, 3, 5. And then if I ask you about, is there any number made of 10 matchsticks? You just directly tell me, no, never, right? And then around this time, you can see here are some questions we already done before. So you can see sometimes we're gonna add some more. Sometimes we're gonna remove. Sometimes we're gonna move the position. They are different, okay? So when you are doing the question, you need to be very careful. Okay, so everyone, this time we can see here are the key points that you need to understand very well. For example, remove means take away the matchstick. Move means change the position of the matchsticks. Okay? Then everyone, during the TASMO test, your sample paper is actually not hard enough. Because during the real TASMO test, for the last 5 questions, that will be much harder. And you can see, maybe you already seen this question before, right? There will be questions that got a lot of words and clues. Your task is to think according to the clue one by one, very, very patiently. If you still think it really, really hard, you can just skip it. But I still recommend you try your best, okay? Then everyone, this time we can see. We've already go through the most important 3 parts, the calculation, 2D, 3D shapes, also the logical reasoning. For the logical reasoning, we also talk about 3 different types of tools, right? For comparison, we use magic arrow. For one-by-one matching, we use table. For the other one is what I still remember. For sum, difference, and multiple relationship, we can use bar model, right? And then for the test, it will be on next week, right? It is on Saturday for P1. This timing is for P1, okay? P1 TASMO test will be Saturday 2 p.m. to 3:30. And then the location, it depends on which venue you just registered. You can ask your daddy and mommy, okay? There are 4 locations in total: Taising, Marine Parade, Buena Vista, and also Novena. Make sure which one you are in, okay? And the difficulty level for the paper will be between P1 and P2 TASMO. And then the award ceremony. That means if you get an award, for no matter individual award or team award, it will be on October 20, okay? Then everyone, let's see. For the test, is there anything that you need to pay attention to? The first thing is that what to bring. For example, the first important one is the entry pass with your index number. Also, your ID, okay, with your picture and show your name. The ID, your entry pass with your index number, which we will send through email next week, okay? We will send this one through email next week. And then, oh, sorry, I forgot to write down the ID. Your ID card or your passport and anything that can show your that we can that can show your identity, that will be fine. Okay. Also pencil, eraser, and watch. Okay. For the watch, maybe in the venue we will also have the clock, so it's okay. Make sure you bring your ID and your entry pass. Okay. And then for the time management, no matter how fast or how slow you finish the paper, you need to leave at least 5 to 10 minutes for your checking, because sometimes maybe you write down the correct answer when you are doing the working, but when you copy in the blank, you copy it wrongly. So everyone, be patient, okay? Need to leave at least 5 to 10 minutes to double check your answer. Also, whether you finish your answer sheet, okay? And then for the answering strategy, you can start with easier questions, and if for some question you still think it's so hard, it's too hard, you can skip it, but don't forget to label it and then return if you get stuck. Okay? And then there is a very important thing, that is, even if this is the first time that you join a competition, I know it could be really hard for some questions, but always remember that questions are always waiting for you to solve them, not fighting against you. So what you need to do is just try your best to solve it step by step, and then try your best to finish most of the questions. That will be fine. Okay? And then for the answer sheet, maybe a lot of you already seen the answer sheet before, and then here is a sample for the answer sheet. What you need to do is just to finish the answer sheet, because only the answer sheet will be marked. No matter how many answers you already wrote on your paper, we won't mark your paper. We only mark according to your answer sheet, okay? So make sure you know how to fill in the answer sheet. So for example, you can see this one. On the top, you need to write down your name. Write down your name and then also your school name. Your school name, for example, if you are from Nanyang Primary School, or from Clementi, or from the Bishan, or anywhere, write down your school name and your name of participant. And for all the others, for example, like this, you need to shade it like this, okay? All of you are P1, right? Okay, then you just shade it P1. Don't tick. If teacher didn't see anyone tick or cross, I would just ignore it, okay? This doesn't mean you finish properly. If you tick, then no mark, okay? So everyone, be careful. You need to shade it properly using 2B pencil, okay? 2B pencil. Prepare 2B pencil, black 2B pencil, okay? Do not use ink or ballpoint pen. Okay, and then the index number is very special for you. What you need to do is just to write down the index number. For example, 1111111 here, and then shade all the circles below it. Okay, shade all the circles below it. For example, if you choose 1, then you just shade 1. For example, if this number is 2, then you just shade the 2 below it. That will be fine. Okay, understand? And then we can see here, for all the other parts, you just finish your answer accordingly. For example, for the multiple choice question, if you choose A, then you shade A. If you choose E, then you shade E. And then for the others, for example, your answer is 123, then you just write down 123. If your answer is like 99, then you write 99 here, okay? Make sure you know how to write the answer sheet, okay? Then this is all for today's session. Hope you enjoy it, and really hope you can get your ideal score in the real TASMO. I'm looking forward to see you on the ceremony, or ceremony. See you then, okay? Everyone, bye-bye. Do regularly review recently, okay? Review your sample paper, also every session that you are still not very familiar with. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, everyone. 拜拜，兄弟们，拜拜，辛苦啦。